So apparently, life found another way for a trilogy to be made in Jurassic Park 3. Joe Johnston, who will one day direct Captain America, would take Spielberg's place as a director, with 3 screenplay writers working on the original script, and this time not based from a book. Now obviously when I was younger, I enjoyed this movie because it had dinosaurs, but after seeing it again, all I could think was, if life was a real life person, pun intended, I would grab him from the shirt and ask him, "Why would you let this happen?" This was a pointless trilogy that added nothing to the story or the characters or even the dinosaurs for that matter. The story is about a kid who travels near the restricted Site B island where the dinosaurs live. His group members get attacked and he gets lost in the island. His divorced parents, played by William H. Macy and Tia Leone, go in a quest in search for their son, but they need someone who has seen these dinosaurs before, so they put in kindly words, kidnapped paleontologist Dr. Grant, played by returning actor Sam Neill. Once they get to the island, hopefully the movie would pick up from there, but instead it falls apart and drowns. I guess the only reason this movie was made was to advertise their new theme rights from Universal Studios. And since this well-known product is gonna sell anyways, not much effort is needed to be put in, and you can obviously tell on it. Though there are few characters this time, their level of irritation was upgraded 10 times even more, especially with Tia Leone. Boy, did I hate those two couple, especially with Tia Leone. I did not care about these people. They were much more annoying than from the sequel. They at least were trying to look like they had some idea what they were doing. Here, they had no idea what they were doing. Most of the time they're just fighting, making stupid decisions, or just screaming at the open air for dinosaurs to come and eat them, which it literally happens. The biggest flaw of this movie is that it created incredibly idiotic characters, and they don't even get eaten. Only the decent ones get eaten. Though it lasts for an hour and a half, it kinda felt long with these people. The only ones that were the least annoying were the kid and Sam Neill. He is the only one that did not change and kept his coolness from the original. But here's a fun story. When I got this movie in English, back then when I did not understand it, I thought him and Sator were finally together, having their own family, their own babies. Then after learning English and watching it again, oh, it was a letdown. Just seeing that random guy being that his husband and Grant is just a friend? Maybe I did not pay much attention to that kiss, and probably because the human interaction is boring. Outside of 1 or 2 human interactions here, it was boring. There was nothing interesting about these people or anything to connect with them. I just did not care at all about them. I was just waiting for the movie to end, but this does not end right here. The dinosaurs, not one of them looked good on this film. The CGI and the animatronics on these dinosaurs looked so phony and they all fell flat. And this was in a time when CGI became so off to impress audience with their realism in the early 2000s, which made the dinosaurs not look impressive anymore. They tried to bring the magnificent wonder that the original had from being these beautiful creatures coming alive. The only problem is, they spend the whole time being chased by these beautiful monsters to kill them. This does not make me want to pet a dinosaur's head, it makes me want to run away from them. As in the last 2 films, it gave a little description, expedition about who these animals were. Here, we have none of that with the new ones. We know nothing about the Spinosaurus, we know nothing about the pterodactyls, we know nothing about any of the new ones that made a cameo. The only expedition they gave time to was the Velociraptors, which is fine, but we've already seen that. We get it, they're intelligent, but no, they have to show how intelligent they are. We see them talk to each other, we see them set traps, we even see them negotiate with the humans for their lives, which makes them look even more silly than brightful. The Raptors are hunters who follow their instincts as animals and take no prisoners, but the most infuriating for fans was killing the T-Rex. The poster boy, the badass, the anti-hero, the climax was killed early on in a fight with the Spinosaurs. The reason the director made this move was because in that time they made a discovery that the Spinosaurus was the largest carnivore in size, much bigger than the Tyrannosaurus. So they wanted to replace the T-Rex with a new killing machine. Fans roared with anger of this decision since everybody saw the T-Rex as the hero. My only complaint is, the fight could have gone longer than this movie did. Jurassic Park 3 is a waste of time, and not even a fun waste of time. It jumps to an action scene, to another action scene, to another, which results becoming into a monster chase flick with none of the spark of the original. The reason I like The Lost World better than this one is because they at least put some heart into it, and Spielberg is known for putting a lot of heart into his work, even if they don't even come out as good as they should. This was pretty much an effortless, cheap, quick money-making letdown of a blockbuster. My wish in life is this movie could go on in a period of extinction. I give Jurassic Park 3 5 stars out of 10. So I'm gonna be hitting in theaters right now and watch Jurassic World, and oh boy, I know it's gonna be awesome, and I can't wait to tell you just what an incredibly masterpiece of ingeniously awesomeness, amazingly stupid this was. So once again, life keeps coming with new ways to bring back these sequels in the new fourth installment, Jurassic World. Now when the trailer came out, I was hyped, much like everyone else. I mean, an open theme park, a mutated dinosaur, velociraptors running sideways with Chris Pratt? This is going to be the best Jurassic Park movie ever! I can't wait to see this! Then I could not believe my eyes that after the release, half the crowd was split with their reviews. They either liked it or not. So my enthusiasm went just a little bit down. I thought to myself, there's got to be at least something good about Jurassic World, and I think it does, just a little bit. Clearly, it's probably the most idiotic out of all the Jurassic Park films. Nowhere is it near close at beating the original, but it does beat the last two sequels. So the story begins with John Hammond's dream finally come true. 20 years later after the original, the park is open, the dinosaurs are introduced to the world, tourists are coming to see these lovable creatures, and it is magnificent. But the theme park is not getting the same amount of attraction as before, so being the scientists who can't possibly do anything wrong, they create a new dinosaur version of the Joker called the Indominus Rex. But then something goes wrong, surprise, the Indominus Rex escapes and goes into a serial killing rampage. That leaves them no choice but to hunt it down and kill it. One of those hunters is Owen, played by Chris Pratt, and it turns into Genesis Operation. You know, that game where you create your own theme park with dinosaurs, but after getting those 5 stars, you get so bored there is nothing else to do or build except release the dinosaurs and eat the visitors, and this is what it's like, just chaos all over the place. The gaps in this film are some noticeable. For example, the plot used for creating a mutated dinosaur is ludicrous to me. If there was ever a theme park with living dinosaurs walking on this earth in real life, I don't think you need to worry about ratings declining through the years because they have living dinosaurs. Nobody in their right mind would be sick of visiting the same old dinosaurs. It would be like the 10th wonder of the world. Unless I'm wrong in something. As the film progressed, it introduced some of the most idiotic corporate people in the world, starting with Claire, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, who is as hard-headed as her hard heels. She's the one running the theme park and keeps making decisions that put everyone's life in danger, alongside with the older corporate people that made a mentally and emotionally disturbed animal with intelligence. I mean, how wrong can that go? Chris Pratt, who looked like a Jurassic Playboy cover, was the only one who had any idea what he was doing. They almost made him look like,
why must I be surrounded by frickin' idiots?
Maybe the hunters should run this theme park. At least they have some clue of how they should do it. The only improvement I noticed in Jurassic World from the other sequels was they finally get the right people eaten. Some of them. Despite my complaints with the corporate people, the Indominus Rex is still a great villain. This wasn't the formulaic monster that chases and eats people. They give it enough background of why it kills. I like how they use the theme of animals being in captivity into the point of madness and savagery. They almost turned it into a sympathetic 3-dimensional character. Speaking of character, I predict Blue for an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor because, truth to be told, the Raptors were the best actors in this film. The movie does answer very interesting questions to the fans, such as, can dinosaurs be pets? and especially the ones that have more teeth. Well, you'll find that out soon. I won't give away the climax, but when that happened, I was rolling my eyes and at the same time laughing just how ridiculous and so epic it looked at the same time. The special effects on these animals looked awesome. Yeah, I won't lie. Now there's barely any or no animatronics, but the CGI has improved over the last decade that I was looking forward to seeing how good these creatures would look in this CGI, and I thought they looked better than ever. I like the cinematography, and it has some nice felt Easter eggs. The kids weren't so annoying. The park looked great. That's what I wanted to see the most. I only wish they could spend more time in it and with the herbivores, and I would have appreciated this film a lot better. Jurassic World is a dumbed down blockbuster film, but hey, it could have been worse with the art designs that we're going to use. It's entertaining enough to sit through it, and not as obnoxious as it could have been. Nevertheless, I can see why most people would be turned off by it, probably because they were expecting an equal caliber of the original Jurassic Park, but I don't think anything will ever outperform the original. It's a movie that belongs in its own time. Nothing will duplicate the same amount of spark. The only advice I can give is do not be highly anticipating a glass-shattering Jurassic Park film, but only a silly, fun, chaotic mess with good action and special effects. Only time will tell if this film keeps getting awful every time you see it. But for now, I give it a 6.6 out of 10 stars. It's a decent flick.
So that ends with my Jurassic Park review. I hope you have any recommendations of what other movies you'd like me to review, from some classical ones to the more modern ones of today. So for now, that's it for today. Ciao.